everybody, welcome back to my channel. I decided to do a spring look tutorial today with a nice bright pink lipstick, glowy skin, and a pretty neutral, simple eye. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, first off is mug of the video, and my husband recently went to Italy, no big deal. And he brought me home my requested coffee mug, so it says a CC. To start off, I'm going to use as a primer, and this is the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer, Light Infusing Primer. And when you put it on, it comes out very like that, but it's like luminescent. You can see it kind of has this like glow to it. And I'm gonna do this on my cheeks, my nose, my forehead, and on my chin, kind of as if I was highlighting, but with a primer. Just a nice little glow, little sheen. Sheen is a better word. Okay, so for foundation, to just encourage that luminous feel, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm saying. L'Oreal True Match in the color, is it just neutral? No, yeah, neutral 1-2. And this stuff really does have that same type of sheen characteristic to it, so I want to use this just to make my skin look even more bright. And I'm just gonna actually dab it onto my skin first off. And don't worry, I know I'm putting a lot on here. Don't worry. And then I'm gonna take a damp beauty blender to blend it all out. So let me go get that. So I just wet it down, it's a little bit damp, and I'm just gonna blend out my whole face. And the reason I do it this, or I like doing it this way, especially for this type of look, is because the beauty blender, and this isn't the name brand beauty, this is one I found for much cheaper, but the reason why this is so nice is because it really picks up any extra foundation that's on your face, and it really avoids the whole caked on makeup thing. So if you're new to applying makeup, I would totally recommend getting a damp beauty blender and apply your foundation this way so you can ensure that you're not putting too much on. Make sure you get right in this corner rather of your eye. Make sure you bring it down your neck. No swiping. Swiper, no swiping. Just dabbing. Okay, and after that is done, we're gonna move on to some brightening, some more brightening. So I'm going to take Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the color Fair. It's number 15. And I'm going to apply this to the underneath my eyes. Then I'm going to be pretty liberal with applying all of this because I'm gonna use the damp beauty blender to blend it out. First, I'm gonna take my finger and blot it. Then I'm going to add on top of that, before I'm done, the Instant Age Rewind in the color Light Pale. And this is just going to be an additional step that you do not need by any means. Using this damp sponge, again, I'm going to dab all of this together. To make it look like it's not so obvious that just under here is highlighted, I'm going to add a little bit more of that concealer to my chin and to my forehead rather. I'm going to use my NYX HD Finishing Powder in the color Banana. Looks like so. And this is just going to give a little bit of a brighter appearance, and it's going to set my under eye so it doesn't crease. I'm just using a tapered e.l.f. blush brush for that. And for the rest of my face, I'm going to take my handy dandy Stay Matte Rimmel Long Lasting Pressed Powder in the color 005. It's also called Silky Beige. And I'm taking a large fluffy brush, this one is from Eco Tools, and I'm just going to press this powder into the rest of my face. Oh my gosh, my nose is so itchy! To set the rest of my foundation. Okie doke! Now I'm not going to contour very much because it is a light springy look, so I don't want it to be too dramatic, but I do want to add a little bit of bronzer to warm up my skin and to make me look a little bit more rested. So I am going to be using this NYX Sunkissed Radiant Finishing Powder. It looks like this. Sorry, I don't know if you can see, but it's just a brick full of different warm shades, and I'm going to use this all over my face. So in order to do that, I'm going to take another fluffy brush. Probably could still use that same fluffy brush that I used before in face, but I'm going to use this big fluffy brush from Real Techniques. It's actually the multitask brush, and I'm going to just swirl around this pan and add it to where I would have put my contour and blush. And you can see it just makes your face a lot warmer. So this is a great step for those that don't like contouring or are intimidated by contouring. Just get a nice highlighter like this. Get something that's going to brighten up your skin and put it on your cheekbones and around your forehead and call it a day. It will really make a ton of difference. After I do all this, I want to make sure that everything looks nice and blended. So I'm just going to go back with the same brush from before and blend everything in, not adding any more product to this, just whatever's left over. It just looks really healthy and nice. I love it. Because it's nice spring look, I want to use a nice sweet pink blush. So I am using this one from Hard Candy. It is called Living Doll. It's number 125. It looks like this. I don't know if you can see it very well. Just taking a small round brush and swirling it into the product, tapping it off, and just lightly dabbing it to the apples of my cheeks. And the reason I'm going back a little bit is just to connect the blush so it doesn't look so obvious. And then once again, going back with this same big fluffy brush from the first time around, just gonna blend everything together. For the last step for the face, I'm just gonna add one more highlighter, but this one is not cream, it's going to just be a nice light finishing powder. And you can find these anywhere. I have, the one I'm going to use today is not a drugstore brand, but this one is. This is an e.l.f. shimmer, and I'll show you, it was probably $2, maybe $3 at any drugstore. I guess gold is the color, but it's a shimmer, and this is what it looks like. It's yellow, so it is gonna brighten up your skin. It has little specks of shimmer, I guess, now. But today I'm going to be using the Stila highlighter. It's in Kitten. Kitten is the color. And I'm just going to take a small Real Techniques brush. Really, you could use whatever small brush you like. So I'm using this. And it looks like this. So it's two-toned. And I'm just gonna primarily use the lighter side here. So I'm just gonna dab it into the pan and put this right on top of my cheekbones. Look at that. Ooh. Okay, so there's the face. It looks really refreshed and nice and glowy. So onward to the eyes. It's spring and you don't want to weigh everything down that you just did. So what I'm going to do is do my trusty dusty, my handy dandy. This is a Gold Goddess Bombshell Shine Shadow from Covergirl. Looks like this. This is kind of like my default eyeshadow look, so I'm just using that much and dabbing this onto the lid. I have this awesome shadow by Urban Decay. It's called Half Baked, and it's a beautiful gold color, and I'm just going to use my finger and dab this onto the center of my eyelid. I'm taking one of my favorites, L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in Iced Latte, and I'm going to use the same brush and just add an eyebrow highlight. So as you might be able to see, the whole eyeshadow look is very shiny. I'm going to mute that slightly with a matte grayish shade. So I'm going to take my Naked 2 palette, my Naked Basics 2 palette. Can you kind of see it? There you go. And in here, I'm going to take the color Frisk, and it's this guy right there. I'm going to add that to just my crease, and I'm going to use this small tapered brush from Crown. You can see that when I do hold the brush like that, the tip is always going to be in the crease, and it's never, there's no bristles that are ever gonna go down below on the lid. Hey babe. Okay, so after that is complete, I'm just going to add some eyebrows, and I am going to use my trusty dusty, oh my gosh, I don't know why I keep saying that. Phone calls. Hello? Okay, I decided to zoom it in a little bit just because I figured you might not be able to see the eyeshadow that I'm doing. So moving on to mascara, I'm not going to do any eyeliner today because it's spring and it's light, and if I want eyeliner later in the day, I'll just do that then. I'm going to use my Falsies Volume Express by Maybelline, and first I'm going to curl my eyelashes just to make sure that I get the most volume out of them. I do like looking down when I'm applying mascara with no eyeliner because I tend to get less mascara on my eyelid. You never want to pump the top of your mascara back into the bottle a lot of times to get more product. That will just add more oxygen and it will end up drying out your mascara faster. So when you do go in for some mascara, just do one pump in. If you want, you can just kind of hit the edges of the inside of the bottle, pull out, tap the edge, and that should be good enough. And last but not least is going to be some lipstick. So because again that this is a nice bright spring look, what I'm going to be using is this Pink Pop from Maybelline. It's number 860, it comes in this little tube and it is bright pink. I do believe I used this with my green and gold makeup tutorial. And then over this I'm going to be using this NYC Expert Last lipstick, which I left in the car so it melted a little bit. It's in the color Blue Rose, interestingly enough. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. Much more neon florally type. Okay, so that is the completed spring look. I hope you enjoyed. And remember, all of the products that were a little bit on the higher end that I used, you can easily find duplicates for them at the drugstore. Enjoy spring. It was like 70, 75 degrees out yesterday, and I'm going outside right now to enjoy the sunshine. Be careful of lipstick on the teeth. It seems to happen to me a lot. I don't know. My teeth are crooked, so that's probably why. Anyway, I am going to go fix this hair, make it a little less frizzy full. So have a wonderful day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.